This is the plaintiff, Brittany Bradley. She says the defendant, a flim-flam car salesman, made a 2000 Cadillac sound good, so she bought it and now has a whole heap of trouble on her hands. The thing's junk. It started smoking after a week and the engine seized up on her. She had to junk the car because it was no good and is suing the louse of a guy for $3,924.45 for everything she's out. This is the defendant, Marco Montano. He says he told the plaintiff she could return the car she purchased if she didn't like it and pick out another one from his dealership. 3 weeks later, her brother called and told him she wasn't going to pay him the balance of the money she owed on the thing. And next thing he knows, he's being sued. He certainly doesn't owe her money, and he thinks the judge will agree. He's accused of giving used car salesmen a bad rep.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket, the plaintiff says the defendant told him that this 2000 Cadillac was so good, plaintiff just had to have it. But the defendant says she actually is the one who stiffed him. It's the case of you put the CAD in Cadillacs.
You're welcome. Brittany Bradley?
Yes.
You are suing Marco Montano and Sonoma Auto Sales?
That is correct.
For $3,924.45. $2,000 of it, the amount you say you paid for a car, although you say you paid more than that, plus lost wages, plus the amount you paid in expenses to repair the car that, according to you, was a lemon. Tell me what happened.
I had seen a car on Craigslist, and it wasn't his car, but it was somebody else's. But when I came there, it was on his lot. So he showed me a car, and it looked like it was good and all. And I had purchased it for $4,000 actually. So when I purchased it, he had gave me the purchase thing, the paper.
The bill of sale?
Yeah, bill of sale, I'm sorry. Bill of sale. And he didn't put a price on it. He said that will lower the taxes, you can put anything on it, something like that. So when I had left the lot, I live far, like 2 hours away. When I had left the lot, it was no check engine, no anything, no oil, no anything.
Aren't you as a dealer supposed to give a bill of sale that says the actual purchase price to make sure that buyers don't cheat the tax man?
I was just trying to help the buyer, Your Honor.
Well, then why'd you leave it blank?
I'm sorry?
Why did you leave it blank?
For her to pay lower taxes on her
That's right.
behalf?
That's called cheating the tax man. You know
I'll pay my
right?
taxes. She has to pay the
No,
taxes.
but you are enabling her to do it by not following the regulations that say that you have to write a bill of sale with an accurate amount and letting her do it. Go ahead.
So when I had left the lot,
Hey, you too, by the way, cheating the tax. When you guys don't pay taxes, it means the rest of us who pay our taxes have to pay more taxes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And so when I left the lot, every check engine, the oil, every light came on. So I called them. I say, I'm kind of far. I have to go to work.
That's on the way out of there?
Yeah, on the way home, no more than an hour.
Did you have the car checked out? Did you buy it on the spot? Like that's the day you saw it? That's the day you bought it?
Yeah, that's the day I bought it. And he was like,
Did you drive it?
We drove it. Yeah, we drove it.
Okay.
Nothing
Did you
came
have
on.
it checked out by a mechanic?
No, when I purchased it, he was like, oh, let me clean it up and let me make sure everything's fine.
I know, that wasn't my question. Did you have it checked out by your mechanic?
No, not by my
Okay,
mechanic.
go ahead.
No. So he told me let him, clean it up or whatever like that. But I think when he did that, he cleared everything because when I left, everything came on. So I called him not even
What do you mean
3
by
hours.
cleared everything? What does that mean?
I don't know. It's a way you can clear all the codes. That's what I think he did because it's no way I get 2 hours away, everything pops on out of nowhere. And he told me it's a good car. The check engine light wasn't on anything.
Well, when you test drove the car,
it wasn't on.
Right. And you guys just walked right into the car and test drove the car.
Yeah.
The lights weren't on.
No.
All right.
So when I was on my way home, I called him no more than 2-3 hours. I'm like, I'm on my way home and everything came on. What's going on? He was like, oh, come back tomorrow. And I called him that morning. I'm like, I don't want this car. It's too much going on. It's just like every light is on. And I'm figuring like, if something's wrong with this car, why would I want another car from his lot? I told him I want, my money back. He told me I spent it. I can't give you anything. I can give you something else on the lot. I said, well, that's not what I want. He said, well, there's no way you can get your money back.
Let me see all the paperwork from your sale. Let me hear from you. What's your
Basically,
response?
when I purchased the car, Your Honor, the car, I usually do an inspection. I checked a Carfax. There is a very popular thing that you can check that the car is in good conditions. It was a very clean car. No issues whatsoever. We do an inspection by the mechanic. The car was sold in a seized condition. I didn't put any pressure to Ms. Bradley to buy the car. She chose the car by herself. She dropped the car. And the car was in perfect conditions when it left the lot, Your Honor.
Let me see your paperwork from the sale. Now, the bill of sale, I mean, you're buying a used car, and
Yes.
the bill of sale says as is.
Yes.
Do you know what that means?
Yes.
Have you learned since then, or did you know when you signed a contract? You knew when you signed the contract what it meant?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
What? Well, not exactly.
Okay.
What?
Do you know now exactly?
Yeah, but in my eyes, I didn't know when I signed as
Is, no warranty.
I didn't. That wasn't on the car. That was a car. That wasn't on the car.
Is this your signature?
No, that is not my signature at all.
Is this one your signature?
Yes, that is my signature right there.
This document has a signature. It doesn't really look like her signature.
She kept the original, Your Honor, and I kept the copy from her original.
Okay, this is an original, so I don't know what you're saying.
It's a two-paper carbon copy.
Doesn't matter. What does it have to do with what I'm saying? That's not her signature. How did her?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
No, it's not. I can see what her signature is. I have her signature on multiple documents. That's not her signature.
She kept the original, Your Honor.
How is that an answer to what I'm saying?
Would you ever believe a used car salesman over a 12-year-old car and not have it checked out by a mechanic?
No, absolutely not. I would have it checked out, do a Carfax on it, make sure it's in shape before I spend my money on it.
What if it costs a lot of money to have a mechanic check it out?
Absolutely not. It'd be well worth it to go have it checked out. That way, if it breaks down, you'd be paying more money anyway. So
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
How is that an answer to what I'm saying? You have a piece of paper with ink on it that has a signature that's not hers. What difference does it make if there's another? So what? So you forged the other one? I don't get it. What do you mean by that?
She gets to keep a copy of the original, and I keep a copy for my records, Your Honor.
And what? And then you sign her name to it?
I didn't sign the name on it.
Who signed the name on this paper?
She did, Your
So
Honor.
then what does the copy have to do with anything? What I'm telling you is that this doesn't look like her signature. Either way, though, how do I get around the fact that you signed this document, this is your signature, you acknowledge it's your signature, right next to the words as is?
Yeah. It's just I didn't think.
What
as
happened to the
is-
car?
Okay, I called him and the following day, and I told him everything is
Right,
going
you told him
wrong.
everything's wrong. You
Yeah.
told me you want your money back. He said, ha, no way.
Yeah,
And then what
I
happened?
I told him like, what can you do?
Mr. Marco Montano of Sonoma Auto Sales in where? Cook, Illinois. Go ahead.
Yeah, and then I run the car back up there. When he went under the hood, there was no oil in there at all. He told me every day, put new oil in there. You have to refill
Oh,
it
yeah, 'cause
every
that
day.
happens all the time. That's how you're supposed to drive.
No. And
How do you
then-
sleep at night? Honest to God.
And so I went a couple of days trying to go back and forth to work. The car is leaking constantly. The car is overheating.
What'd you do with the car, honey?
I junked it so I can get back and forth to work.
How much did you get for the car?
I got $300.
I just want to cry right now. I feel so bad for you. I don't know how it is that you guys could sell somebody a car and have it go this wrong this quickly, and this poor girl is out $4,000. Now, having said that, guess what? I'm stuck with what you signed. That's what makes me even sicker. I mean, I wish I'd done your case before lunch. Because honest to God, my stomach is getting unsettled right now. I feel so bad for you that you spent all that money and you had all these big plans for having this nice Cadillac, used Cadillac that you had your, it was all a thrill for you. And then it turns out it was a bad idea. It's a very expensive lesson for you to learn that you really have to have this kind of stuff seen by a mechanic. Okay? At the end of the day, you bought your car from a place that you don't know him from a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
You already have to worry about him when he hands you a bill of sale. It's not even filled out. Frankly, I don't know why he shouldn't get in trouble for that. You might want to look into your authorities in your town about that. But I'm stuck with your as-is nature of this sale. There's nothing I can do. Verdict for the defendant.
What a sad case. Even the judge is ready to cry, if not worse. What's your reaction to this now?
I know better to look into things better.
You've learned this the hard way, right?
Yep.
You've learned your lesson the hard way. What's the lesson you've learned?
Not to buy a car from just anybody.
And who did you buy that from?
A bad man, I guess.
All right, right down. Well, here he is,
The bad man.
Yeah, the bad man. You don't look too good. You stuck her with a lemon is what it looks like. What are
I
you
got
laughing at?
I
Why are
got
you
the
laughing?
proof. She got the chance to test the car. She dropped the car. I give her the opportunity to replace the car for a new one. She didn't want to. There's nothing else I can do.
You do it to the next guy, same way. Next customer, right? Same thing.
That's what she says, Your Honor.
Okay, Harvey.
I don't care how good the salesman is. It doesn't matter. You always, 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 always have to have a car checked out.